Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back to share another quick card. So the card today, I'm going to be using our Sale-a-bration freebie, the Peaceful Prints. This is free with a £45 purchase at the moment, just until the end of September. So there's not long left now to grab these. So these are 6x6 papers that I've got here, but they actually come as 12x12 sheets. It's just that if I show you them as 6x6, I can show better on camera. So what we have is there are some designs that are quite Christmassy with the deer on, some snowflakes, Christmas trees, not necessarily Christmas trees, but they can be used as that. But then you've also got lots of designs in here that are great for masculine cards. And I'm actually going to pick out this one today to use to create a card. And we're making a very simple card. I like to keep the masculine cards simple. What I've done is cut a sheet of A4 in half lengthways. And I'm just going to show how I tend to score this. So what I do is I get this, just make sure that you can see this okay. I put this on my scoreboard. I tend to prefer the scoreboard, but you can use a paper trimmer as well with the scoring blade. Just be careful you've got the scoring one and not the cutting one. And what I do is line it up so that it's even. So there's an 1/8 of an inch here and an 1/8 of an inch here. And then I score at the 0 mark, the 6-inch mark here in the centre. And that will give me a landscape A6 card. So I just need to fold that now and burnish it with the bone folder. And there's my A6 landscape card. I've already pre-cut a card layer. This is Misty Moonlight, and I've cut that to 3 7/8 inches by 5.5. Now I'm going to cut this sheet. I'll just find my paper trimmer. Just 1/8 of an inch less all round, because I just want a very narrow border. So my card layer would usually be 5.5, so I'm going for 5 3/8. So yeah, this is going to give me a very narrow border all round. And I would usually go for 3 7/8, so I'm going for 3 3/4 this way round. And that gives me my layer for this card. So as you can see, we're going to put that on, and that's going to give a very narrow border always round, which looks a little bit different from the other border that I usually use. So I'm just going to adhere these now. I think what I'll do is actually use the Tombow glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, because that then gives me a chance to just slide the paper around on the card to get it central, provided you put enough on. If you're too thin with the glue, it will stick in place immediately, but you don't want to go too close to the edges because you don't want the glue to ooze out. So, and it's just important to try and get that pretty central, and I'm just going to stand up over the top so that I can check that that's where it is. And I'll stick that to the front as well. And I'm getting ready for some more multi-purpose glue. So making sure that that's opening the right way up. And we'll pop that on, and it's slightly bigger border side to side than top to bottom, but the 5.5 inch makes it much easier to cut. So there we are. Now I've already pre-cut my sentiment strips, and the way that I work this out, I'm actually using the party puffins for the birthday sentiment. I'm not actually using any of the puffins on it, I'm just using the sentiments from the set. And what I did was line this up on some grid paper to figure out how wide to cut it. So if I just move that down a little so that you can see my markers. So I decided to cut that at 2 3/4 inches and to cut it 1 inch deep. So that's what we've got here. It's 1 inch deep by 2 3/4. I then added 1/8 of an inch top and bottom for this one, and what was it? So no, one, let me check that. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. So 1/8 of an inch, took that to 2 7/8, and then I added 1/4 of an inch to that one. So there we've got our stacking sentiments. So now I'm just going to grab a block to pick this up, and I'm going to use Misty Moonlight ink on here to stamp with. So get that, and this is quite a forgiving sentiment, because the letters go slightly off in different directions. You don't need to be quite as good at getting it straight as you would with others. So I'm just letting that dry a tiny bit, and again I'm going to use, I've got a new liquid glue that I've already opened over here. So we'll pop some liquid glue on the back of here, and I'm going to be careful not to smudge my ink. So I'm going to get that positioned where I need it, and then flip it over and just press from the back so that I don't smudge that. And I'm going to glue this direct. This is Sahara Sand that I've got. So we've got Misty Moonlight and Sahara Sand and Basic White for this card. So like I say, it's a very simple card, and you could use the same design for other occasions, Christmas, congratulations, anything like that. The same idea works with plenty of different sentiments and obviously different papers. So I'm just going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. I like to make sure that they're anchored in the corners and that we've got something in the centre so that it doesn't bow and buckle, particularly when it goes through the post. So get the backs off my dimensionals, and then we're just going to pop this on the front of the card, and I'm just going to pop it a little bit up from centre and about centre side to side. So that is our card, quick card for today. Very simple, but works very well to show off the paper. A nice masculine card, nothing too fancy that's going to make them feel that it's too feminine in any way. So thank you for stopping by. I'll be back with a quick tip on Friday, and I'm going to be using these papers all week. So as I say, don't forget Sale-a-bration ends on the 30th of September. So to get any of the free Sale-a-bration goodies, please place your order soon so that you don't miss out. And please subscribe below for further quick cards on a Monday and quick tips on a Friday. Thank you for stopping by.